Welcome to Unqualified and Incompetent. Is that right?
No, I don't think so. Okay, no, it's okay.
I mean, I don't know, man. Can we get it easier?
Well, no, I think it's right. It just wasn't said with much confidence. Welcome to the Uncompetent, Inqualified podcast featuring myself, Will Boyer, and Joey Smith. Like that. I think
it doesn't make it.
You just lack the confidence. You just lack the confidence in that one.
Yeah, well, when you got a name that's like a tongue twister, and then it's tough. We got to work on that. We got to figure that out. Yeah.
I don't know, but
anyway,
people remember us as that name they can't remember. I feel like there might be something to that.
Yeah, when they go home to type it in, they're like, "Shit, I don't remember the name." It's perfect. Yeah,
whatever.
Anyways, we got a special guest today again.
We do. We have our special guest today is someone we both worked with for minimum a year.
You're the only one that worked with.
I worked with. Joey still currently works at the same company as our new guest. Yeah. Daniel Bui, welcome to the podcast. Is it Buoy?
Yeah, for someone who worked with me for a year, you struggled with that.
I still struggle. It just doesn't sound right coming out of my lips.
I think most things pertaining to Asian people don't sound right coming out of your lips.
I know, but you're here, and we're talking about your name, so I'm just asking for your opinion on this specific subject. You're right. I mispronounced many Asian words.
Maybe the B is silent. Maybe it's UI.
UI, like a user
or
interface.
UI. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, like see when I say your last name, I think of a buoy, like something that's floating in the ocean. Is that the kind of correct pronunciation?
Yeah. Actually, I had a guy in high school who called me Floater because that's how he knew to pronounce my name. So my nickname in high school, from one person only, was Floater.
I didn't know I had that option. I think that's a great name.
When did I ever say this was an option? I'm just sharing a story.
When you share something like that, you're giving the option. Man. Okay, well, when this goes viral, prepare for your new nickname.
I think a mass email's going out Monday morning, Daniel, to the entire office and field crew, with your new nickname,
Daniel Floater Bui. It's gonna be great. Okay, so anyways, let's get to it. So in our last podcast with Claire had some statements about you. She said, yeah.
Since when is your podcast?
Claire is convinced. If you watched it, you'd probably know. Daniel is live from inside of a mountain right now. Daniel, can you hear us?
Yeah. Okay. It's not.
What mountain bad. Are you inside of right now? It's bad. It's bad. Okay. Anyways.
So
I don't know how this is going to end up going live either. I don't know if we're just going to lose you, if you're going to pop back on and off, but we'll just
edit it out
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll run with it. Yeah. It'll be fine. It's
okay.
Well, if we ask him we'll try not to ask him too many general questions geared towards him, because obviously we might just get a half hour of silence, but we'll just keep the conversation going, and he can chime in whenever he's here.
Well, I think if we can make past the first few minutes of the introduction, we can move on, and then he can bounce in and out as he pleases. So, Claire's convinced you are more intelligent than she is.
Yep.
And we didn't really argue, but really our argument was that she's much more, motivated and, and more of a hard worker than you, while you're more innately intelligent. How would you respond to those comments?
That was him, by the way.
Yeah, Will.
I use we loosely.
Yeah, I will just say that Will might be biased because he's worked a lot closer with me than he has with Claire. There was a period of time where you worked with Claire at another project, but that was only for 3 months, and Claire doesn't often have a lot of pushback to him as opposed to me, who Will and I are pretty much equals, and so. Every time, I offer a little resistance to him, he takes that as me being lazy or
sweet
whatever.
Young child. How naive we are.
So, whatever.
Yeah, I don't view it as one person being smarter than the other. You guys are both very smart people, and I think that you guys both take on huge workload, which the PEs do. I mean, they take on a lot from the superintendent and the PM to make sure the job's running. But your style is more laid back, where hers is a little more chaotic, like papers everywhere, like typing like crazy. Like I think you guys both get the same amount done in a day. It just looks different. So
Yeah.
Well,
not at all. Total disagree.
All credit to her. I will say that the jobs that we were working on, hers was a lot more complicated than mine was. And so the only reason I could be laid back as much as I was is because it was a lot easier compared to what her tasks were. So I will say she's not giving herself enough credit.
Here's the difference. Is Claire will like take on so much stuff that really sometimes isn't even her job, that she will take on so much extra stuff that she will become very stressed out just because that's kind of her personality.
That's true.
As where you like do your job and you do it well and you are smart and you're both smart. I think like Joey said, you guys both are smart. But like, I think she's just so like overly motivated that like she bites off more than she can chew, and then it ends up just kind of.
I don't think so. I'll disagree with that. I don't think that she bites off more than she can chew. I don't think she does work that's out of her scope. The difference is like one thing that I respect is she was really thorough in going over, like for people that don't know, like one of the PE's jobs is going over every product that comes onto the site. And that's through what you call them submittals. And we have a submittal for everything down to the plumbing that's in the walls, to the faucets, to the toilets, to the flooring, to the elevator, to everything. Everything has a submittal, so we know everything that's going in. And I would say that part of it she takes to an extreme. Like there's no PEs that memorize each submittal like in and out like she does. And so a lot of her work is making sure that everything is correct on the submittals. And that's something that kind of lacks sometimes anyways. So I don't think it's her taking on the stuff that she's not supposed to do. I just think that she's good at like trying to be 100% at what her actual job tasks are.
Maybe. I don't know. I've seen her do more various stuff than I've seen any other project engineer do. And that's just what I've seen. So regardless, moving on, I think they're both very intelligent people, and we can debate this for hours.
Workers. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like Daniel just lacks the stress level. Yeah, I don't know. Daniel's got more in his tank.
Should I be more stressed? Does that convey to you that I'm a harder worker?
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you know someone's a hard worker, is if they're pulling their hair out. See my hair?
Or
hard worker.
Maybe I'm just more efficient. I'm a well-oiled machine.
That's true. Yeah.
Maybe. Or maybe it's your generation. I don't know.
Claire and I are born of the same generation.
That's a whole other rabbit hole. Yeah, but in different countries. Speaking of, what a great segue. Daniel, why don't you tell us about your migration to America?
God.
That was a great transition.
God.
That was about as smooth as last week. Oh, I'm sorry, Daniel.
What was last week's transition?
Man. I just started asking Claire questions. I didn't know. Speaking of. So, yeah, go ahead.
I will say that when they first called me to come on this podcast, they asked me to prepare my story of how I came to China. And
once again, we're using very vague terms. Can you say they? Can you maybe, was that both of us, or was that one person that said, okay,
that was
thank
me.
you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I'll let the audience know that I'm in fact not Chinese. So that'll let you in on how much of a circus this show is.
Yep.
But my story what do you want me to say for my story to America? I was born here, dude. So my story started here.
That's why. Okay. That's why I said it as a joke, and then Will took it. But because I know that you've told us many times that you were born here.
Yeah.
So
okay. So your story to America started maybe before you were born, you could say.
Sure. But that's not really my story.
Maybe tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, let's see. What do I know about my own story? My parents, my grandparents, they're all Vietnamese, so I'm in fact not Chinese. So they all lived in Vietnam during the time of the Vietnam War, and part of their story is that they were refugees to escape the war. They're all from the South, so we're not commies over here. We're good old democratic Americans. But yeah, they were refugees.
Thank you for specifying you're not from Kong, because we're getting a little nervous here.
Yeah,
thanks for that. Clearing that up.
I didn't want any people in the comments saying that I was a spy or something, like I'm a sleeper who was born into this. But yeah, they were refugees. They went to Cambodia for a few months, I think, on an escape boat, and then sponsored by some family in the States. My grandparents and parents came to Hawaii first. So that's where they grew up. My dad spent his teenage years there in Hawaii, so a lot of him is Hawaiian culturally. And then, I don't know, sometime later, time skip, my dad visited his home country of Vietnam, met my mom there, and then they moved to Hawaii together, and then eventually moved up to Seattle, because that's where the rest of my dad's brothers and sisters came, and that's where I am now. So that's
pretty
short
crazy.
story.
So your dad had taken the journey as a refugee to Cambodia, and then Hawaii, and then went back to Vietnam, and then met
your mom.
Yeah. I don't know if it was some kind of just vacation trip or whatever, but this was post-war in the 80s or 90s. He came back, met my mom, and then they got married and came to Seattle.
Very nice. Yeah.
Well, it's a great story. I mean, it's not from China, but we'll accept it. I mean,
What does that mean?
yeah, that's interesting. No, I was expecting a Chinese story, but I'm happy with that. I think that's great. I'm fascinated by your story.
Are you saying a Chinese story would have been superior?
Not at all. Not at all.
We're actually trying to. You actually helped us today. We're actually trying to work our way around the globe. Yeah.
We already have a Chinese story, actually. So, yeah.
Okay, so where's next?
So this really shows the diversity of this podcast.
No, we have another country in there.
We have quite a few countries, right?
Yeah, we've got.
You want to invite Sai on here? Get some Laotia.
Laotian.
Wait,
I was thinking more Tanzania.
Oh. I told my friends that I have a coworker named Mustafa from Tanzania, and that he's one of my black friends, and they didn't believe me.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, you told your friends you had a black friend.
Yeah, and I do. His name's Mustafa, and he's from Tanzania, and they didn't buy it.
Yeah.
But really, the point of that whole conversation was, hey, I got a black friend.
No, my black friend is named Mustafa, and he's from Tanzania.
Mustafa's great, and we can't wait to get him on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's pretty cool.
I mean, he wants to take us over to Africa to go hunting and stuff.
Yeah, he said you could take an RPG to a zebra and all sorts of crazy shit, right? Yeah. He said he said they'll just give you a rocket launcher and you choose your safari animal, is what he said. Right?
Yeah, he got everybody on.
We do not condone that on this podcast. We don't support that kind of activities, but we were both fascinated by the whole concept of it.
Yeah, I mean, you probably shouldn't go out and shoot a rhinoceros or an endangered species, but
definitely not endangered species.
If you're gonna choose one, just make sure it's a less endangered species than the next, so that they have a fighting chance of surviving the.
Yeah. If you're gonna do it, make sure it's an RPG, because they're not gonna be able to identify the animal after that, right? If it's endangered, make sure there's no evidence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking down a fucking lion would be pretty badass.
I don't think lions are endangered, right?
I don't think you can kill lions. Well, I think he said unless they come into the town or something, but. Yeah.
So it's like that South Park where all you have to do is yell, "It's coming straight for us," and then you're allowed to shoot it, right? So
I mean, it's kind of like a bear, right? You're not supposed to kill a bear without.
Yeah. But is that
or in self-defense?
Does that apply if it's the country's state animal or national animal or whatever? I don't know if you can kill bald eagles out of self-defense, can you?
If one's coming at you, why not?
I'm sure you get fined for that.
That'd be a hard argument, though. It'd be a hard argument Like, because I think there probably at this point been 0 bald eagle defense kills. Yeah, so you'd be the first one. It'd be hard. It'd be a tough court battle.
Speaking of bald eagles, like, I'm not saying we should all go around with a loaded gun and start shooting bald eagles.
Okay.
But, I mean, they're majestic creatures. They're beautiful to look at. Like, we got a lot here in Washington State. But there's fucking bald eagles everywhere in fucking Canada, Alaska. Like, they're all over the goddamn place. They're not endangered. Like, anybody that says they're endangered is full of shit. Like, there's probably more bald eagles than quite a few different fucking birds that aren't on the endangered species list. Like, can we just say that they're, like, off limits because they're the national bird instead of calling them endangered? They're not endangered.
How do you,
we're not going to run out of bald eagles tomorrow, like, if we shoot one. I mean...
That's not how the endangered species list works, Joey.
Yeah,
it's not. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. If you shoot 3, they're dead. Like, that's not necessarily...
No, but the endangered species list is like when they're running low and the chance of them mating and producing to keep the species alive is running low or out, then they obviously don't want people poaching them or killing them. I'm saying there's no shortage of a bald eagle. Like, I mean...
I'm just not sure you're qualified to say that, Joey. Like, no offense, nothing personal.
I'm just saying that there should be a different classification, like, oh, we're not going to kill this animal because it's our national bird. That should be what we say. Like, it's not an endangered species. We're not in danger of losing the bald eagle. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on it.
It's a great one.
They're fucking
it's a great.
Like, that's all.
Well, okay, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, we live in Washington. They're fucking everywhere. You're right. They're everywhere in Alaska. They're everywhere in BC. But I think the point is maybe they were probably more widespread, 50, 100 years ago. Who knows? Like, they were, like, the idea with endangering something is that it goes from a large population to a smaller population. And that's when they start to, like, endanger it. So I don't
think like hundreds of years ago there was bald eagles sunbathing in Mexico. I mean, I think they're where they're at. Like, that's all I'm saying. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you heard it here first. No, there've never been, and there are no bald eagles sunbathing in Mexico.
It's like calling a fucking raccoon an endangered species. Like, no. No, they're not. They're everywhere.
No, how is that the same? What are you talking about?
You don't even have to you don't even have to study them. You can look out your window and know that there's plenty. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying. That's
okay. Well, if you live in the hub of the animal that's endangered, it's easy to think that maybe that animal is not endangered. But
no, there's not a bear where we're from. I've never seen a bear out in the wild. I'll bet they're more rare than a fucking bald eagle.
They are, and most of them aren't endangered either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so then, it's just let's do something about that. Daniel, can you get on that? Can you write some senators or whatever?
Well, you heard it first from our podcast. So there's no such thing as endangered species, and the whole thing's a sham and a mockery.
No, the white rhino is definitely endangered. I'm just saying, bald eagles aren't.
So there has to be literally like 3 of them before you're considered them endangered. There you go. Right? There got to be 3 or 4.
Oh, Daniel cut off. He's like, fuck.
Oh, welcome back, Daniel.
What? I haven't been saying this entire time.
No, you took off for a second. It's okay.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm saying the white rhino. There's a handful of white rhinos, and that's the example you used, Joe.
I think there's like 2 left or something like that.
Yeah. So in your case, like, that's your definition of endangered.
No, but I mean, there could be thousands left, but they're endangered because maybe they don't mate as much or whatever. I'm saying, yeah, it's when they get down and when they're like becoming endangered, like possibly being extinct over a certain amount of time. I'm just saying, I don't know how many fucking eagles there are. Okay, so you're twisting my words. Well, I get that there's endangered species. I'm just saying they're not one of them. Like, there's a ton of them, and a ton isn't really a scientific word, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of them. So
just a notification to the Washington State Wildlife and Fishery: if there's a bald eagle goes missing in the next couple months, I may have some information, so just hit me up at our podcast, which is directly linked in our link tree, which is our bios. So everyone listening, hey, please click on our link tree, make comments. We welcome you to ask questions and follow any of our social media that our social media person, Andre, has set up.
You guys have a social media person?
All right, so
we do.
Oh.
Yeah,
Are you paying him?
That's how we're making millions on this, Daniel.
No, he is currently unpaid. But part of the reason we want people to participate is to make sure he gets paid. Right? He will get paid before Joey and I do because Joey and I both have.
Oh, so you guys are running like some unethical sweatshop, and you want people to be like social justice warriors and come in and rescue him from the situation?
Well, we got you
Not
on
sure.
here for free, didn't we, Daniel?
That's
You're
true.
all everybody's a part of this free thing, you know?
Yeah.
So when we gotta start paying for guests, oh man, we're screwed. Like we're gonna be taken out of our own pockets. So
And we still expect 600 sweatshirts built today from you, Daniel. So this is not an excuse to go to 400.
I'm not even Chinese. What is this?
Agree to disagree. Daniel, we know some guitars in your background.
Was this on the
I
agenda?
can't
for
see him
today?
right now, but we saw him earlier. It is now because we saw him. So you made some comments. Maybe they're a little shy about talking about your guitar skills because you're not classically trained. Can you go into that a little bit?
It's not that I'm shy about it because I'm not classically trained. I'm just saying there's nothing to boast about because I didn't grow up doing music. It's just a hobby I picked up like over the pandemic. But the reason I don't talk about it, is because I am aware that there is a general stereotype of people who play guitar being like womanizers. And these old heads don't know it because they haven't been to college in 40 years. But there's the idea that like
it's been more than 40 years, buddy.
I've never been to college, Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh.
And unless we're counting community college, yeah.
But you guys are making it worse.
And I
for
don't think
yourself.
nobody counts. Yeah, nobody counts community college.
Anyways, as I was saying,
Okay,
there's
go ahead.
there's the stereotypical guitar guy who like goes to parties and sees a guitar in the corner and then he tries to like play like some super pop culture normie song and get all the girls.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I think we all know who you're talking about, Daniel.
Yeah.
No,
why did you disagree with me before?
Because
No,
nobody
people-
thinks you're that guy.
Well,
there's
they don't
a
know
lot
that.
of sure, but like you having an interest in guitars and you having guitars in your background does not lead me to believe you're that guy. Like there's a lot more steps it takes to get to that guy.
Okay, let me just say like you were
Go
so
ahead.
right. Like that is a dream of mine. Like one day to be able to play the guitar and just walk up with a crowd of people and just start strumming along.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Right?
like it's so cool.
Yeah.
But then I tried it. I bought a
Yeah.
guitar and I bought some fucking books and I was YouTubing on how to play, and my fingers were so fat that it just did not cooperate with the guitar. And I mean, I was fumbling through it, and I think I tried like 2 or 3 nights in a row, gave it up, quit. That was my music career. So congratulations to you, Daniel, for sticking it out. I guess is what I'm saying.
But see, you guys
Dale.
understand then. Like you both wanted to be that guy who like impresses other people.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah.
okay.
100%.
So anyway, no. I play a little guitar too. Like I have a Telecaster in my like a cheap one because I played over the years. I just got back into it. So no, I love guitars.
So then,
but,
why is this the first time I'm finding out that you play guitar?
Yeah, me
bro,
too.
you got six guitars behind you. Like when you have like that many guitars, you're not just like, oh yeah, I just dabble a little bit. Like you have a collection of guitars, right?
I like only like a couple of them are mine. The others are like loaners.
Okay, so you have loaner guitars, which also means you're a little bit more guitar guy than just like your casual beginner.
Wait, why would you have a loaner guitar?
Yeah, why
the
would you have a
purpose of
loaner guitar? That's actually a great question.
Because my friend has a Stratocaster, and I wanted to try what a Stratocaster feels and sounds like. I don't.
What do you play?
Okay.
I have a three.
Play electric or acoustic?
I have both. So
Oh, a three?
I started out with. So the only 2 guitars that are mine, I have a semi-hollow body 335 D'Angelico, and then I have a Yamaha acoustic.
Like an Epiphone?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
And then I have.
So you have like that's a hollow body that's like semi-electric, right? Like acoustic electric, right?
No, that's fully electric.
Semi-hollow body? The 335?
Yeah, that's fully electric.
Yeah, but it's a hollow body. It's a hollow body electric.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have the Yamaha.
It's a blues guitar, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like stereotypically it's a blues guitar. BB King had a very similar style guitar. And then I have a Yamaha acoustic, which is the first guitar that I got, and it was gifted to me by a bunch of friends. That's how I got started on this whole thing. Those are the only 2 guitars are mine. The other 2 is a Martin acoustic, and I wanted to see what a Martin acoustic sounds like. And then the Stratocaster, which I wanted to see what it sounds like. That's why I have loaners.
That's an actual Fender Strat, right?
Yeah, Fender Strat.
Okay.
I have no idea what the fuck you guys are talking about.
No, anyways, it's boring.
I mean, my guitar I bought, I do know the term acoustic. It was an acoustic guitar, and I think I got it for like $60 at Walmart or something. It was one of those that was like in a box, like definitely not. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like Daniel and I need to get together and jam a little bit. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, and I guess I'll just.
You wanna?
I don't know.
No, but
you want to record?
I want to go back to my original question of how come this is the first time we're finding out that you like guitars?
Me? Who?
Yeah.
You.
I'm curious too. You were just giving Daniel a ration of shit.
Exactly.
And then you're like, oh yeah, BB King 232X series model number G22 series XYZ. Like where did that come from? I've never heard you talk about guitars.
Okay, fair enough. But like, no, I played guitar. No, I played guitars like a long time ago, right? And I would like, look, I'm just explaining that I've never been good. Like, I'm still definitely like, I'm like cowboy chords, and I know some I know some bar chords and like some fucking power chords. Like that's my I'm definitely like beginner novice. Like that's me. So I don't want to oversell myself. But that being said, no, like when I got my new job recently, that was my celebration. It's like, fuck, I haven't had electric guitar since I was a kid. So I just bought a cheap Strat amp, like Fender amp, just as a celebration. So I just got back into it probably the last, I don't know, few months. But yeah, I mean, I had played a little bit way younger, and I just got back. That's why it's interesting to me.
But you didn't think to tell anyone about it because you were shy about not being classically trained, because, in your words?
No, because I'm not good, and because I know Joey doesn't play guitar, so I didn't bring it up to him, and I didn't even know you play guitar, so I would have no reason to bring it up to you as well. Like, I'm not good enough to be like, oh yeah, I play guitar, because then people start like, oh hey, let's hear it, and I'm like, no, not that kind of guitar player.
But I love and appreciate music. I would have liked to have known, Will. I guess our friendship doesn't mean that much to you.
Yeah,
Okay, Daniel, what's your skill level? Daniel, give me your skill level. Like, what do you play? Like, can you play a song? Like, where are you at? Like,
I know.
Like, if I say, hey, let's play some blues in a key of C or the key of E flat, like, are you going to be able to do it?
Stylistically, I don't play too much blues music, but I could probably figure it out. It's not too hard. You're just playing like the same 3 notes over and over again to set your like rhythm. For blues rhythm?
For rhythm, I mean, I'm just sure. Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, what do you play? Maybe that's
because I play mostly for church, and so I just know.
Oh, okay, no, that's good.
Yeah.
Like, so are you more like just strumming chords kind of thing?
That's how I started. But in the past couple of years, I've been learning scales and stuff so that I could learn how to like solo on electric.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So anyway, anybody that's watching this, Daniel will be touring the U.S. later on this year. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com and come into a stadium near you.
GodLovesDaniel.com. Right?
Yeah, you've already sold out CenturyLink, right? So,
oh yeah. That was like years ago, actually.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that'll help on your trip to Joe Rogan. Just maybe that'll help. Just throw out your guitar skills, and Joe Rogan's always looking for a good guitarist.
Is he?
Yeah,
No,
and if you want to do some, if you want to do like some '90s rap, like some Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, I can on some vocals for you.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I'll have to bleep out you know what word. I'm not allowed to say that because I'm white, but you know, I can do that. You know.
We should.
Well, that works out pretty well for Daniel because we shouldn't really have any swear words at all because it's probably going to be a little gospel-y. So maybe we can just do the one word with all the swear words and you can just do like a skirt, you know, for all the swear words.
or we could like just make up code name, like I don't know, like
Code names.
keep their mother
lover.
Church and heads ringing.
We could
Also
just
I like that.
get Mustafa to join your band, and then we have someone who can help out.
No, seriously, I can play a mean triangle if you want. Like I'm fucking great at the triangle. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope the silence wasn't offensive to you, Joey.
No, I mean, I just figured you guys were like trying to figure out how you're gonna fit a triangle into your band.
Yes,
You're
you're right. That saves us. That saves us, Daniel. So thank you, Joey, for we got our triangle player figured out.
Yeah.
I mean, most people want drummers or bassists, but I knew you guys wanted a fucking triangle in your
I
band.
mean, a triangle is technically a drummer, right? It's percussion. So
Kind
it
of.
saves us. Yeah, it saves us the budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, stay
So-
tuned for Daniel and I's jam session. Anyways,
Yeah. Well,
Moving on.
So I've got some news, a little update on my health thing after my pneumonia and everything a couple months ago.
let's hear
A
it.
couple months, a month and a half
Yeah.
ago. So I've been ever since I got out of the hospital with pneumonia and sepsis. And once again, that was nasty. When I got out, my kidneys have been hurting, and so but I took it as like back pain, and so I was like, man, this just isn't right. Like it feels like when I push like right on my kidneys, like on my back, it like hurts the worst. So I went so yeah, they think that I might possibly have kidney stones. They did blood and urine test.
Oh no.
And so, well, first I was going, so because I had migraines for a long time, and so I took a lot of like Advil and Tylenol. So I was thinking like, here's the thing, like when you go Dr. Google on yourself, like you go
Yeah.
down that fucking wormhole. So like I was actually, when I figured it out, it was actually my mom. I'm on the phone with her and she's like, I think you got problems with your kidneys. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm looking up like kidney failure, kidney disease, and kidney infection, and so oh my God, that was like the roughest like 2 days. I'm like, well, okay, at least I got options. Maybe my daughters can give me a kidney or something. Like, you go down that wormhole.
Yeah, you can go to Vietnam and get kidneys, right? Like, there's all sorts of places you can get kidneys, right, Daniel?
Like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
They got kidneys on. Yeah.
Some kind of market.
It's
It's not like a heart, right? Yeah. Yeah. We'll get you a kidney. Like,
Well,
if you can't find one legally, I will get you a kidney, Joey. Promises.
And you only need one. So,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
throw the two in the garbage and just give me one,
Oh, absolutely. I'll just
like
get
if
what I need.
somebody
for
died
you.
and they were like, do you want both of them? I'd say, no, give one to somebody else. All I need is one,
But you're gonna get the better one, Joey. Like, I'm gonna make sure
Yeah.
you get the best out of the two.
Yeah. So no, they did like urine tests and blood tests and everything, and everything came up negative. But he's like, yeah, the problem is he goes, I think you might have kidney stones, so I got to go and get a CT scan for that and stuff. And
Yeah.
So-
you should talk to Casey. He's had kidney stones quite a bit. They're pretty
and they've run in my family quite a bit. Like my dad's had a lot, my mom said, and stuff.
cool.
And so
Yeah.
I guess it's not too big of a deal as long as they're not too big to where they can't get out and they got to go in and bust them up. So
I don't know. Yeah, no, you're right. Like, but probably not too big of a deal is still probably worse than I want to do. Like, the small kidney stones, I have no desire of experiencing the baby kidney stones.
Oh,
let,
I know.
let alone the
Yeah.
big kidney stones. Yeah, I want nothing to do with those.
trying to push a rock out of your penis does not sound fun.
Yeah.
No.
But he
No.
said so I went and saw the doctor on Friday, and so they kind of been ruling stuff out, and so like he was pushing on my back too, and he's like, yeah, it sounds like kidneys, but he goes, a lot of the times they get it wrong, like with kidneys and back. He goes, because you got discs kind of like along there too, and so he said it could be back, and so I don't know. So stay tuned. I'm still working on my wellness. I am down 50 pounds. I'm down 50 pounds from when I went in the hospital.
Holy.
So, yeah. Well, let's not make a deal of it. That's what pisses me, because once people make a deal of it, then I get embarrassed, and I'm like, fuck them. I'm gonna prove them wrong. I'll gain weight back. So
Okay,
let's-
never mind. You
let's-
heard it here first. Joey is full of shit. He didn't lose 50 pounds. He probably lost like 5, and he's full of shit. So,
I've been
not
eating
that
like
we
a-
never believed Joey, anyways. So,
Wait,
Yeah,
why is
I mean, it's been like,
why can't people be excited
Well,
that you
then-
lost 50 pounds?
I don't like it, to be honest. Okay, so here's the deal. So I'm a fat guy at heart. Always. Well, I wouldn't say I've always been fat. I've always been like a bigger guy, like through high school and stuff. And so like every time I think I've got down to like a good weight, probably like 3 times in my life, and usually it lasts like a year or two. And so then people make such a big deal. They're like, "Oh my God, you look so good." It's like, well, what I look like before, a piece of shit. Like, and then I'm like, so then when you gain weight, like when you gain 20 pounds, then you're like, you're like, so like, oh God, I can't go around these people. They're gonna be like, oh my God, Joey's back to his eating habits. Like, I don't. You feel like people are judging you, and I just don't like it. It's like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what weight I'm at. I don't know. It's just kind of.
Are you even happy about losing 50
like,
pounds?
If you do gain weight.
Yeah.
No, I am, and I'm actually happy too because, so when I went in for my pneumonia, I think I talked about this. I don't know, but they said that I have really bad sleep apnea, and I've kind of known that for a long time, and so one of my deals is I was eating a lot at night. I never ate that much during the day. Even people would comment and be like, "Oh, you hardly eat. How are you so big?" It was all during the night. And so ever since I've been on a machine that a lot of people have, I guess, but to help me sleep at night, I've been getting full night's rest. I've been feeling better. I'm not hungry. Like, it's not even, see, before I would burn 1,000, 1,500 calories. Like, I would run or work out to supplement my eating habits. Like, I didn't change my eating habits to be healthier. I just worked out more. And so the one thing I'm proud about with this is I'm not craving food like I usually did, and I'm only on a diet for now. And so I feel like once I get down to a weight where I know I can like go out and play basketball, like, and not look like a fucking idiot. But once I can kind of implement like some workout, I'm not ever gonna get back into running like I did. But yeah, it makes me feel like I can probably sustain a more healthy lifestyle in the long term. So that's the good part. That I'm proud of that.
That makes sense though, right? Yeah, I mean, if you know, I think when you're trying to lose weight, you know, exercise, eat like that, and then your body is fighting you every night, like you can't get sleep properly, you know, it just makes it that much harder. So yeah. I think it's one of those things that just being all around more healthy, breathing better, just like, you know, your daily blood oxygen being higher, all that stuff should contribute, right, to your ability to be overall healthier and make it easier, right? It'll make it easier to, like I said, if you're sleeping like shit, like that's probably when you're waking up in the middle of the night and eating like shit, right? Mm-hmm. If you sleep the whole fucking night, you're not gonna wake up at 2 a.m. wide awake and fucking hungry because you're bored or whatever. Like if your body's running right, it just makes the whole thing easier.
No, and I would say, like, I'm obviously not a doctor, so I can't say, you got sleep apnea, you don't, like, whatever.
Well, you're on a nighttime breathing machine, though, right?
No, I'm just saying, like, me giving people advice. But what I will say is if you have trouble sleeping at night, it is worth getting looked at. Like, so before I would wake up and I was groggy and tired and, like, hit my snooze, like it was not good. And now, like, if I go to bed at 9, 8 hours later, what would that be? 5 a.m? Like, I'm up and I'm wide awake. And, like, if I get up to use the bathroom or something in the middle of the night, I lay back down, I put the mask on, and it's like...
You go right back to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, instantly. Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be.
No, it is. And it's like clockwork. Like, last night, I stayed up a little late because it's the weekend. I stayed up till 11. 7 a.m., boom, I'm, like, wide awake, hopping in the shower, like... So anybody that like struggles with sleep, now it may not be sleep apnea, maybe you're going through depression or anything, but I will say that like if you feel like your sleep is like deprived and you're only getting like 3-4 hours a night, like it is not a good way to live. I mean, I lived like it for like 5-6 years, and I was having massive migraines in the morning. Well, here come to find out, like I had the migraines for like 4 years. Will, you know that, I told you about them so many times. Like I would wake up and I some mornings like there wasn't enough Advil or Tylenol in the world to make them go away. And here it was just simply because I was not breathing at night. Like I was literally cutting my brain off from oxygen. So anyways, that's my little health update. So I think everything's going well. But yeah, it's definitely an eye opener. So
no, I mean 100%, you know. Like personally I have one of the a couple of the sleeping devices. I have a Fitbit watch and a Samsung Ring. And I honestly, and it just gives like a sleeping, like basically just how well you slept overnight. And I know, like, it's just kind of going off some, like, I don't know. It says it can detect REM and like how long you're in each sleep state, and it also says like heart rate variability. It's supposed to detect all that. But I will say like just the overall sleep score it gives you is pretty accurate because like I can feel like if I get a 60 or like an 85, I can feel that. And like for example, like on a Friday night, like when my wife and I go out and I'll have like a drink to start it out. My sleep score will go, like, I might get more sleep, but my sleep score will go down just because, like, that one drink will kind of throw off the quality of sleep. And it's really interesting to see, maybe you got a bunch of sleep, but it's interesting to see, hey, maybe you also woke up a bunch of times you didn't even notice. So I do think those kind of devices, I'm not going to say, like, a device is going to, like, tell you, it's not going to diagnose you, right? I think people lean too heavily on them and think like, oh yeah, I'll buy this watch and it's going to make me healthy, or I'll buy this ring and it's going to tell me how my sleep is. Like, it doesn't work like that, but it's going to give you more data than you had without it. And you can use that to kind of be like, okay, well, like, what did like I said, like sometimes I'll get 6 hours of sleep and I'll have a 775, and then I'll get 8.5 hours sleep and I'll get a 65, and maybe that's just that I had one drink that night, and that's the kind of difference that'll make. So I think those devices are really interesting in how they could just kind of help you get an idea of how your sleep is getting affected without even realizing it.
Well, it's funny when you say devices too. Like, I'll just touch on this real quick because same concept is. So I actually had an in-home sleeping test done like two and a half years ago, and then one like 5 years ago, and it was the same thing. Like, I was waking up throughout the night. Like, I think the thing actually said, like, I woke up in the morning and I thought I slept 9 hours. The thing said that I literally slept like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And so both tests, they said, were inconclusive. And so me, and here's another I guess tip for people, is me, I'd be like, oh, okay, that's fine, like, whatever. I would just shrug it off. And so when I went in the hospital, actually one of the principals of our company, which I really appreciate him saying this, is he told me, he's like, Joey, you don't always have to agree with the doctor. Like, you can go for a second option, or you can like, and I was like, yeah, I know, I got to be like more assertive. And he's right. Like Will was saying, like, sometimes, you might not, maybe they're not working properly and they're saying, but anyways, yeah. You could be waking up with thunder in the night, not even know it. But
and like I said, like, go ahead, Daniel.
I was just going to ask, as two people who are like discovering how important sleep is, or like you already know how important sleep is, like, how much do you guys buy into or change your sleep environment itself? Like, some people invest in like mattresses, or they sleep on their backs versus their stomachs, or on their sides, or whatever. Like, how much of that plays a factor into your guys' sleep?
So so the last 2 years, I would say, prior to me going in the hospital back in December, I was sleeping in the recliner on and off. And I didn't realize why. Well, here, come to find out, like, when I'm elevated more, I'm not snoring as much or cutting off my airway. Well, I was at least able to make it through the night. Like, I was to the point where I couldn't lay flat. I couldn't even sleep on my bed. Like, I would go there in the morning for a few hours, but like, and maybe at night for a few hours, but I'd always wake up and end up in the recliner. And so I guess to answer your question, yeah, like, so now I'm pretty much in my bed full time. I don't even get, well, I'm not going to take my fucking machine out to the living room. So that's probably one reason why, but
which is good, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't even have that urge. Like, I lay down in my bed, I put the mask on, in like 30 to 45 minutes, I'm out. And it's like, it's just like, it just does its thing. And so, but yeah, like, it took a little bit, like, cause my mattress, I like a softer mattress. So like, I had my regular mattress, and then I ordered like a topper for it and stuff like that. So I think you're right. Like my dad, he likes a stiff mattress. He always has. He used to put a piece of plywood between the mattress and the box spring just to make it that much more rigid. And so, yeah, I think everybody, you can answer yours, Will, but I think everybody's got like their own preference.
No, that's a great question because I had a friend growing up. I remember, and he's like my best friend from, I don't know, like being born to probably like 10, 11, 12, like just. But his dad was a naturopath, right? And I remember like we'd always like play on his bed. And his dad, it wasn't like he had plywood. It wasn't even it was on top of the mattress. Oh. Like it was like he slept on plywood, and then my friend's mom slept like it was like the normal bed. Like so. I don't know. I just remember like being like, "What is wrong?" It's like we'd be playing on the bed, and like you could not jump on that side of the bed because you'd heard something. But like for me, I think sleep hygiene is the most important thing. Like just for me personally, like 100%. I have blackout blinds. Like I need the darkest possible room. I have a white noise machine because like I can't do silence because silence doesn't exist, right? Like, you can't produce silence because some people fuck it up, right? Like, if you have silence and a dog barks or someone moves around, like, it's just going to be noise. So I sleep with a white noise machine right next to my bed as well. And, like, those are things, like, if my wife and I, like, when we go to a hotel, and then I need air on me too. Like I have a fan that's always blowing on me, and during the summer it's our air conditioner that's blowing on me, and during the winter it's just a fan, and that's how we do that. But like, to the point that where if we travel, like when we go to Palm Springs like we did last weekend, we bring our white noise machine, we bring 2 little fans that we each put on the on the little nightstands right next to us that blow. Like so we bring that with us. We don't bring like. Can't bring blackout blinds. Like so I have used one of those sleep masks before, and those are good for traveling. But other than that, like that stuff for me has been the most. I don't know. I just find sleep so important. Like it just it affects everything.
Yeah, and mine's cold. Like I don't need air blowing on me, but I cannot if it's 67 or higher, I will not have a comfortable sleep. Like I would rather put more blankets on than have to sleep with no blankets, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. Like everybody's like, well, just don't put a blanket on. But I don't want to be uncomfortable. Like I'd rather like I say, throw a blanket on and then be comfortable. Like be able to adjust it myself. So like everybody thinks I'm fucking nuts. I keep my temperature at 64. Now, and everybody's like, aren't you cold? Yeah, it's a little cold during the day. That's why I wear a hoodie most of the time. Yeah. But at night, it's like perfect sleeping temperature for me. I guess I could adjust it a little bit during the day.
I think the reason I use a fan is so I can, because it's the same thing, right? Like if you put a fan on you at 68, it's gonna be basically the same as just having your room at 64. Like that's kind of it for me. It's like we keep our room cold, but my wife, doesn't want the room freezing cold like I do. So that fan just helps. Like, I don't know. I do appreciate, like, I can have the room a little bit warmer as long as I have a fan constantly blowing on me. And it's just something I've gotten used to.
I had a follow-up question on, like, the blackout blinds and or sleep mask or whatever. I sleep with, like, my windows open, my shades are open, whatever. And, like, I've heard it. This isn't something I personally believe in or, like, this is why I do it. But I've heard of people who just, like, sleep according to the way the sun cycle is, right? You get into bed when it starts to get dark, and then you wake up when the sun naturally wakes you up. And so, as like the science whiz on sleep and all things health, like how do you make sense of that with your blackout?
Yeah, I mean that's great when I'm fucking camping, right? But I have a job. Like I mean, yeah, like that'd be super awesome. I'd love if I lived in a van and had like a TikTok account about my van living and how I had my wife and my dog and we just toured around America living in a van. I think that'd be great. And then I could do that. But no, I have a job. Like I don't get to wake up at a certain time in the winter and a certain time in the summer and go with the circadian rhythm. Like most of us don't have that luxury, right? So like I guess I don't disagree with what you're saying. Like, yeah, I think if you have the ability to wake up with the sunshine and go to bed when it gets dark, I think that's great. But I think the reality is most of us don't. And I also believe like it's probably more important to have a stable It's more realistic and important to have a stable, wake up and go to sleep time.
Not to mention if there was like graveyard shift or, I mean.
Yeah, not even getting started with that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you work like overnight, I mean, it'd be tough. But I don't know. I don't mind the light so much. Like I can fall asleep with the TV on, like with it off. Like the light doesn't bother me.
I can't at all.
I've never had a problem with like getting whatever dark out, whatever blinds.
Well,
like in the summer when it's light out till 10 o'clock at night and I'm going to bed at like 8:30, it doesn't really bug me. I've never been much on that. I'm just like it's got to be cold. Like I got to be kind of comfortable. Like the mattress has got to be decent, and then I don't mind the white noise. Like every once in a while I'll fall asleep with the TV on, like as white noise, but usually I wake up and shut it off like an hour later. But yeah, so
yeah, I mean, my wife's similar. Like, she can fall asleep, like, while I'm watching TV. Like, the TV will be on and light, and she's asleep. Like, I can't really do that. Like, if there's light, like, my head needs to be under the covers away from, like, if she turns on the bathroom light, like, I wake up. I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of sensitive to that stuff.
I do want to transition. I do want to say, I think we talked last time about my furnace going out. Oh, and yeah. I will say that anybody that's looking for a replacement for a furnace or a heat pump, on Yelp, I filled out a Yelp thing and I got a call back. I was going to ask one of our contractors at work, HVAC contractor, but I figured I'd just see because I was kind of it was freezing out and the furnace went down. So Gold Standard HVAC was awesome. Not only was their price great, so I'm just going to be flat out honest. So they were under $8,000. That's with labor and the air handler and the heat pump.
And was that okay?
The heat pump and the air handler alone are like $4,500. They're not the most expensive air handler and heat pump you're going to find. He said they're more of like a cheaper option. They're not the cheapest option, but they still come with a 10-year warranty. So anyways, with that being said, $4,000 to $4,500 for the actual equipment and under $8,000. Like these days, in case people don't know, like in construction, I would say like whether you want a kitchen redone or whatever, a deck built or a fence done, like you can almost count on whatever the materials are, times that by 2, and that's probably what the labor is. And that's why like replacing a furnace around here is like $13,000-14,000. I was shocked. I even told the guy, I was like, you're extremely cheap. And he's like yeah, that's our price. So anyways, anybody looking for somebody, that was amazing. Not only like they come out with like 4 guys, like they knocked it out in like, I want to say like 4 or 5 hours. I asked them if they could give me a quote to hook up a new thermostat, because I wanted to get like a smart thermostat. And he's like, just buy it, we'll hook it up for free, like we won't even charge you. And then I said, well, a lot of my ducts underneath aren't connected. He's like, we'll crawl under there, don't worry about it. So the extras he did as well, like without even batting an eye, like being like, hey, and as a contractor, we know how that works, right? I mean, every little thing you ask them for, there's a charge. And so, no, it's amazing. And they're actually coming back Monday. So he's like, yeah, you have three ducts that are totally crushed. I was like, oh, is it? I went over and I was like, is it these registers? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, that's why there's no air coming out of them. Like, so
you have 3 crushed registers? What the fuck?
No, like the ducting going to them, the spiral.
It's spiral.
On the outside, the insulation is kind of circular, so it looks like it's like working. But he's like, yeah, he's like, no. He's like, when you feel them, like they're crushed, like that's why you get no air.
They're flex?
They're flex with insulation.
Okay. Yeah, I got that too.
So they're gonna come out. So he's like $300 for the ducting, and he goes, let's do $300 for labor. I said, again, that would probably be $1,000-1,500 anywhere else. Like, he's like, oh, we'll come Monday, we'll take care of it. They didn't have it with them on Friday, but stand up guy. Like he was the owner. He was there making sure like everything. He helped. I had to go to an appointment, but he helped Dakota set up the smart thermostat because they had to go through the phone to like program everything. And so like he stuck around and helped her like get everything programmed on her phone and everything. Just amazing. Like sometimes we work with like people that are really good and sometimes not so good.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's just refreshing, like with your own home, like when you luck out. I lucked out because there was a lot of other people calling me from Yelp that probably would have cost twice the price and been less efficient. But no, it was great.
I would say working in construction makes me more nervous to get work done, because we all know, like, we work with professionals in their trade that are absolute morons. And then we work with professionals in their trade that are absolute geniuses. And we're on more of a commercial level. So, like, the residential is even more like the Wild West, right? Of just quality. So, like, yeah, just knowing, at that level that it can go either way, It's like, we've all met people out there where it's like, man, how are you? Like, how do people pay you to do this? So even like I said, even us all working in construction, like, it can get scary going and finding a private contractor to do work on your house.
Yeah, I've even done work for people. I try not to. It takes a lot of time outside of work and kids and everything. But I've actually done work and people are like, "Oh my God, your price is so low." And it's like, yeah, because I'm not trying to gouge you. Like, that's another thing is we learn from other people in our trade, like how much they overcharge people too, and it's disgusting. It's really disgusting on some of it where they're charging like 4x, and and it's kind of like me with this furnace. Like, if I wasn't in construction, I didn't know any better. I didn't know what the cost was, and they would have said 16 grand. I would have probably been like, oh, okay, I guess that's what it is.
Well, you don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, so new furnace, so that's going well. And hopefully once they get that ducting, oh man. Yeah. So, and obviously I mentioned it last week. I kind of got into it with customer service on PSE. He still deserves it.
Does he really? Can we maybe just
the guy was like, "Oh, I'm a scientist." Like, who says that? Like,
I don't know. Yeah. Did you say you were a mathematician or a statistician?
After he said he was a scientist, I'm like, well, I'm a mathematician, and the numbers don't lie. Like, and they don't lie. I was right. No, actually,
sounds like he was right too, though.
I was right and he was wrong. No, because his sole basis was that the temperature outside raised, and that's why the furnace was running. See, now, if the guy was actually informed on his job and was, like, able to actually give me, like, a professional advice, he would have said, something's been running full time. Your bill wouldn't just go. If I was an old lady or an old man, I shouldn't specify lady. If I was an older person who didn't know any better, I would sit there with my fucking furnace running for 8 months because PSE said, oh, it's just because it's cold outside. Wait for summer to come. So no, I stand by what I said. I'm not happy with him. Now I'm not gonna say he was right. I was wrong in my determination that it was on them for the meter, but he definitely didn't give me any advice to help. Like, so yeah. So anyways, so screw you, PSE.
That's the worst fucking apology I've ever heard.
I stand by what I said. But yeah, so why don't you go back to school and get some more scientific research done? But that's all,
Yeah. Screw you, PSE customer service guy.
No, but it's like, okay, you have one job. People are calling you pissed off about your bill. Like, and that's what irritates me is like, I can see if somebody's bill goes up by like $20 and they call in and they probably get sick of it. Like, I would too if I worked for them and I had the same customers over and over again. But when somebody calls in and like their bill goes from 130 to 150 to like 560, it's like, okay, go through some troubleshooting problems with it. Now I'm a contractor. I should have been smarter than that, but I was also coming out of the hospital and I was pretty fucked up like for that whole month. So like, I'm not going to say that that's an excuse, but it's why.
It's a reason.
Yeah, it's a reason. But anyways, no, I just think that he should be better at his job. Like, people come to us for advice. Like, if they're gonna build a building and they're like, oh, should we use double pane or triple pane windows? Oh, it won't matter. Once it drops a few degrees outside, you're still gonna pay the same. Like, no, like what? Like his job is to give advice. Anyways. Sorry, I'm going on a rant again.
That's okay.
I'm sorry, PSE, I love you.
There's still a lot of feelings here. We're gonna work through those in the next few weeks.
On my new thermostat, I do get 5% off every month on my electric bill. Since it's
just from the thermostat? Oh wow!
Yeah.
Like it's like a rebate type thing.
Yeah. So that it's only like $5-6 a month, but that kind of pays for itself after like 2 or 3 years. Like whatever, might as well, right? So.
I like it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So there you go. Will said that I owed them an apology, and I really couldn't think of why, and so that is my roundabout way to say I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the best apology you're ever going to get from Joey. So just take it for what it is.
That's growth. That's growth.
Yeah. Joey's going to need to. She's going to sleep for like 48 hours tonight. That just basically gassed him for the next couple days.
Yeah.
That's growth. Well. Do we have any other topics? We're at a little over an hour. Anybody else have any other topics they want to cover before we end this podcast? No.
You gonna play us a note on your way out, Daniel?
On my way
I was really hoping Daniel could do us an outro or an intro, but I don't think we're prepared for that.
I got one more, Daniel. So, a little while ago, Daniel and Claire went to... Sorry, my phone's ringing. We all went to the casino. Will, Daniel, Claire.
Sure. Good
and
thing
some other coworkers. And I'm going to Vegas, I think. So I booked a room at the Bellagio, overlooking the fountains. I'm not inviting you to sleep in my king-size bed. That's not where this is going. It kind of sounded like that for a minute.
I'd expect that out of
you
Will.
Have to get your own room. Okay.
You can sleep in my bed, Daniel.
No, Will's not going. Will has this phobia of going on trips with me. So Will has declined. But yeah, we're going for my brother's birthday, and then he's got a friend coming, and so I was going to have an open invite. I thought it'd be pretty fun to go down to Vegas and see some real casinos. I don't know. Daniel.
I don't know your brother.
No, but I was thinking of it. I wonder if Mustafa would go. Like, you think if we got enough Marpac people, like, the whole office would be, like, empty for a few days? That'd be awesome.
I don't think that they would okay that as a business for everyone to be out on a non-holiday day.
Yeah. Well, anyways, the offer is there. It's going to be the end of August. Like, I think the 27th through the 30th or something. So
I might be gone.
Where are you
from
going?
Marpac or what? On
Vacation.
What do you mean?
I'm going back to the motherland.
You're going to Vietnam?
You're going to China?
Place you've never been?
No, I've been. I just haven't been in a few years.
Oh.
So I got family to see.
So let me ask you that real quick before we let you go. Like, so you're obviously from here.
Yeah.
Speak English. Do you speak any Vietnamese, or like when you go there, is it hard like to communicate?
No. I've grown up speaking Vietnamese. My parents are still like pretty, comparatively to like people who have grown up in the States, my parents are still very Vietnamese. They're not westernized at all. I know a lot of like Asian parents who are like into the whole Western culture. That's not my parents. So I grew up speaking Vietnamese in the house. I would say that like I have the vocabulary of a third grader. So it's not great, but I can survive there.
You can get around.
Yeah. So I can speak, I can understand it, but the thing is, I don't think anyone at Marpac knows that like I understand Vietnamese. So like we work with multiple.
Marpac has quite a few like legit Vietnamese people, right?
Yeah. They full-blooded Vietnamese people like straight off the boat who still speak Vietnamese and
like
only know
6.
Vietnamese.
Yeah.
And we
probably more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, and we work with them pretty closely. I've worked with them pretty closely, and every time I interact with them, they always try to speak to me in English. And it's so much,
they had no idea.
Yeah, and it would be so much easier.
I can tell you right now, they have no idea.
Yeah, still to this day, Hong. I worked with him for 6 months.
Okay, we don't use names here, but yeah, I got what you're.
What do you mean we don't use names here? What are you talking about?
Have they ever like said anything about you, and you're like?
That's where we thought you were going, Daniel. It's like you hear them talking shit about somebody.
No, I wish, but they don't. No, they all like me. I'm pretty cool. I've only known you guys a year, and I'm already on the podcast. I think that says a lot about my character.
You're not cool at all, and they they I don't know. Like I don't think they see you as a fellow Vietnamese person.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
They've never spoken it to you. Well, how would they know that you even speak Vietnamese? Like, have you ever spoken it to them?
No, but they.
Like, they would have no way of knowing, especially since you have zero accent. Like, they're literally from Vietnam.
But my last name is a pretty common Vietnamese last name.
Yeah, but you have like no. I mean, you're like talking to you. You have no accent, no nothing. Like, there's plenty of like people with Vietnamese names that speak zero Vietnamese.
I've thrown out Vietnamese words to them before. Every time they're trying to fill out their time
cards, they're like, "Oh, that's cute. He's trying to talk to us in our language."
I don't understand it.
The Chinese guy's trying to speak Vietnamese.
He must have read that in a fortune cookie.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't expect it either, though, because like people that like don't know, like the principles for MARPAC are different ethnicities from, from Vietnamese to Chinese to Laotian, and so like you have no accent. I think that's what separates you, Daniel. Is like when you talk, you sound like you're straight from Seattle, like
100%. If you don't have an accent, people are gonna assume you don't speak their language. Like, it's just kind of. And it's not always how it is, but it's just an easier assumption than if you talk to, like you said, Hong or the other people from Vietnam. Like you talk to them, you're like, okay, clearly this person. It's not their first language. We know English is your first language.
Do you think that makes me less approachable
Go ahead.
to the other Vietnamese folk at MARPAC?
Probably, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Of course. That you spoke it.
Yeah.
God. So I gotta present myself as more Asian.
Yes, maybe wear one of the hats, and maybe like some traditional Vietnamese clothing would get you further with.
I wonder if they make like rice hats, but in hard hat form.
I bet they do. That'd be awesome. I know. We see cowboy hats. See what the rice hats.
Yeah,
rice hats.
I need to see like representation.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But a hard hat.
I love it. I want one of those.
That is a moneymaker right there. If someone's not making that, we need to do that.
And then you wear the robe just like Raiden.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
With some high vis stripes.
Yeah. A lot of people love Scorpion and stuff. Mortal Kombat, my favorite is always Raiden.
If you ever played Mortal Kombat 1, like it was all about Raiden with electricity and shit. Yeah, he was the best. Yeah.
Really? Not what's his name? Liu Kang or whatever?
No. He was good. He did the bicycle kick, right? Yeah, he did the bicycle. Well, and there was the one with the girl with the shurikens. Where she would do like a foot slide, and she'd come in from the top of the screen. You guys remember? I don't remember.
No, I remember Sub-Zero. His finishing move, he would freeze you and then kick you, and you'd
No, it was the one of the girls, and I think she might have had the fan, but she would like warp and come in from the top of the screen, and basically just like I would play her, and you just like jump on top of people's heads over and over again. They had no defense against it. But. Anyways, it was. I remember Mortal Kombat.
I think I'm gonna finish Braveheart tonight and then watch Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, we gotta get out of here. Joey has a strict Braveheart deadline for 3:00. So
yeah, I mean, I'm watching Mel Gibson in his prime before he went fucking nuts on. I mean, he kind of was like the first to go nuts, like without YouTube, but kind of like over internet, right? I mean. Remember, like they were showing this clip of being all drunk,
being racist, being anti-Semite. I figured that's why Daniel was into him because they share some maybe religious beliefs.
Whoa!
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Hey, all I know about Mel Gibson is that he directed The Passion of the Christ.
Yeah. Oh, which says something, right?
So Daniel, before we go, if I want to catch you, in your prime, at church. Is it a Vietnamese church? Is it a white church? Like, would I be looked at like, why is this motherfucker here? Or like,
Joey wants to come to your church. Can Joey go to your church?
The whole concept of church is that it's open to all. I don't think we're.
Yeah, we know what the whole concept is, but that's.
Yeah,
I think. But how would it in actuality go?
Yeah.
Hey, we have a couple white people that come to our church.
white people. So
Yeah.
we would stand out like fucking, We
Yeah.
would not be, we'd be looked at, like we'd have some looks.
Yeah.
and they'd be like saying in Vietnamese, like, "Oh, here comes some more white breads." Like,
Yeah, here comes the gringos.
There's a Viet side of our church, but there's also like an English side of our church as well. That's where I'm at.
So me and Will might be accepted.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get stared at, is what he's saying. Like we'll be accepted, but we're also people are gonna be like, look, we're gonna have some attention.
What is it out of the park with the triangle?
Your first day at my church, and you want to be on the triangle?
Yeah, what if they like start bowing down to me? Like they're just like, "Oh my God, the Savior's here."
So now they bow.
Right,
They all
yeah.
bow, right? Because they're from Vietnam. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying,
They're
like, I gotta find a way to get on their good side. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't going.
Oh,
there.
Mr. Joey, son. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, like that.
Like this is the best triangle. Oh, you know what? Actually, I shouldn't play the triangle. I should play the Rainmaker.
Oh,
Your instrument with
yeah.
the little, yeah.
you like flip the tube or
How about
whatever?
like the flute? Oh, yeah. I feel like that's an African instrument. Maybe something a little more Asian. Like, isn't there the flute or the?
I could play the recorder.
Yeah, it's kind of like a recorder.
I feel like that's pretty American. I learned the recorder in elementary school.
Yeah, I know the recorder is very, but there's more
What if I
Asian
get a
flutes, like the
bass? I feel like-
panpipes.
I feel like bass would be pretty easy. I feel like you just like strum like one chord. What if I bought a bass? Could I be you guys' basses?
Probably could, yeah. We don't have very many bass players.
Nobody wants to be a bass player,
Hey, I'll do whatever I got to do to get on stage, man.
but you
Like,
should probably learn more than one note.
I mean, I don't want to be just sitting here as a fucking roadie out in your guys' audience, like just following you from city to city. Like, I want to be on the stage, man.
Well, you gotta learn an instrument, Joey. Like, you can't just say, "Okay, I want to be your bass player." Like, I'm just gonna play like an open E. Like, you can't just. That's not how it works.
But I thought he said he wanted to be our vocalist. They don't need to know an instrument.
He wants to be a triangle player, a bass player, and a vocalist. Apparently.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of the groupie zone,
Like-
man. I'm trying to get on stage. Like, whatever it takes, I will learn. Okay.
Okay, well,
I
pick
will
an
learn.
instrument and learn it though. Like, that's the problem. Like, you haven't actually done the instrument part.
What about a harmonica? Like, are you guys looking for a harmonica player?
They're
What
not
do
as
you
easy.
guys need?
Plus harmonicas, they have to be like there's different harmonicas for different keys. Like there's a B flat harmonica. And like, yeah, I mean you could like
That
it
sounds
work-
way too in depth.
it works for Blues Traveler.
What if I learn guitar? Can we have 3 guitarists on stage
No.
at the same time?
Absolutely not.
2 is already a bit much.
No, you need to be some. Yeah, 2 is a bit much, but I can play rhythm and Daniel can play lead. It'll be fun.
Oh, I'm glad you guys got it all situated. Whatever. You know what? I didn't want to be a part of it anyways. I guess I'll just.
We literally said you can learn bass, but you're like, oh, like bass is easy. I just need to know like one note, and so that was the problem. It's like, no, if you want to learn bass, we'd love a bass player, but you need to know more than one note. Like you need to, like.
All right. Well, I'll look into it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do my own thing. Maybe I'll go solo. You know?
Yeah, like your solo bass triangle vocalist thing. That'd be great.
pretty-
Hey, most rappers are solo artists.
That's
That's
true.
a great point. Man, rap. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I was rapping at Gin and Juice this morning. I'm like a few words away from rapping that whole song. Oh, I love it. Oh man,
Okay.
I'm ready for karaoke night, Vegas.
Okay. Well, maybe we can do a different arrangement of some rap songs. That might be fun.
Yeah, I could probably write some. You know, like ho
Yeah.
for show. You know, I mean, I could get down on some. Yeah, it just take me a little bit.
That's
Ho
your
for
first
show.
spot is
Like,
Ho for
first
show.
rhyme.
Yeah.
Yeah, first.
Yeah,
Never.
That's the first song right there.
Yeah.
Ho for show. Ho for show.
that sounds a lot like boats and hoes. I
That's
don't
the
think I can
host.
copy that.
That's the host. Yeah,
Boats and
boats and
hoes.
host.
Hey, that's all. Yeah, that's all we need is a Catalina wine mixer, man. That's all we need.
Oh yeah.
Another great movie. Daniel, please tell me you've seen Step Brothers.
I've seen Step Brothers. Yeah. Don't touch my drums.
Okay. Yeah, don't put your nuts on my drums. Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
well,
I feel like this was productive. So who do we have on next week?
We have not gotten that far. We are now on. Today is our third guest, and we're looking for a fourth, and we'll just start cycling through people. I think this whole guest thing has been a welcome addition to our podcast. What do you think, Joey?
Yeah, as long as Daniel doesn't have 100 people at his house next.
You guys are doing guests every week.
Yeah, Daniel. You're a third guest. We'd like to. I mean, I think it adds something. But yeah, Daniel, like you are cutting in and out. Like, is there a possibility? We'd love to have you back. Is there a possibility maybe we can work on these network issues?
Or maybe you guys upgrade your circus and do it in person.
This has nothing to do with us, Daniel.
Everybody
else has been fine.
I'm just saying.
This is your network issue.
Joe Rogan does it.
We could do it in person.
Yeah, Joe Rogan doesn't have people that, like, he has people with solid internet connections.
We could do in person. It wouldn't take that much to do in person.
It kind of would, though, right? Like,
No.
we'd all be sharing the internet connection.
No, because we'd all be streaming off one.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be fine. I think it'd be fine.
You don't need to stream if
Okay,
you're doing that.
where are we meeting? Because I'm not... What?
You're not streaming.
Daniel, you live up north. Joey, you live down south.
You could book they have like studio
You're
rooms,
making it
don't
sound like we live 100 miles apart.
they? Yeah.
We're not booking shit, Daniel. We have no revenue. What?
Oh, that's true.
You're making it sound like we live 100 miles away. Like, oh, you live way up north, you live south. Like, we don't live that far apart. We could meet at your house. We could do whatever. We could do it in person if we wanted to. But I think this works too. I mean,
We could, but it's just it just makes it harder. So yeah, I mean,
it does. It just makes from like an hour and a half or 2 hours out of our day to like probably three to 4 hours out of our day. But
Yeah, but your
Make it a little
content
tougher for
quality
minutes,
will skyrocket.
I don't think so. I think you need to get your shit together, Daniel. We're talking about your internet connection. We're not talking about whether we should be doing in person or not. This is about what we think we have right now, and that's your internet connection, and that is something you can fix.
But I'm
And
thinking about
that's
like
how-
the chemistry of the guests on
Stop
your show.
deflecting.
No,
Okay. No, that's. Well, I'm taking that seriously. Thank you for that input. We will think about maybe a better interaction with our guests. However, right now our biggest problem is your shitty internet connection, and that's what
Or
we're
it's that
talking
you
about.
think I'm from China.
Daniel,
No, that's definitely change it there.
I apologize for Will's behavior. We do not like yelling at our guests. Jesus, Will, get your shit together. Apologize to Daniel.
He would never.
Daniel.
Yeah.
I would too, Daniel. I'm sorry about yelling at you. I really
We would
hope
love to
that
have you
all,
on again.
I really hope that the next time we have you on, we can have a better internet connection for you, because I think that would let the world see you for more of the amazing person you are. So I apologize for the words that came out of my mouth. And really, I just want people to see you and be able to hear what you have to say without interruption. So I apologize.
All right, I will consider
It's
not
disconnected.
leaving a scathing review on your podcast.
And Daniel,
We'll do
I
it
would
first.
just like to say that your appearance on our show has been majestic, almost as majestic as a bald eagle.
Wow.
Which
Full
are not
circle.
endangered, that's Joey
Full
said.
circle.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Anyways, so shout out to all our listeners. Hey, please comment, subscribe, do all that
Like.
stuff. Let your friends know. Like, we have a link tree in our bio that you should be able to ask questions if you have any. And then I guess we might be on TikTok or Instagram or something like that. So check us
You
out on
might-
all our social medias.
You got to
What?
talk to Mustafa about coming on next week,
Why am I talking to Mustafa?
because I already talked to him and he like laughed so hard
Okay.
like I was joking, and he's like,
Okay.
"Yeah, okay, bro," and I'm like, "No,
Okay.
I'm serious." He's like,
Yeah, I get
"No."
it. Yeah.
So
I know. Okay, bro means like okay, bro means yes to Mustafa. Okay, bro means no to Mustafa. Okay, bro means like 8 different things to Mustafa. So
Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah, like that's his.
Yeah.
That's his answer to kind of everything.
he definitely didn't say, "Okay, I'll see you there."
Okay.
Like, so you need to like reach out to him
Okay.
and
fine.
tell him he's our next guest, and then we'll start cycling back through.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no,
Sure.
we got to get Andre on here at some point. Shout
Oh,
out
yeah,
to Andre
sure.
for editing the videos. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Anyways, this is Uncompetent, Inqualified podcast signing out. Thank you, everybody.